Hey, welcome guys. In this video I'm doing a review of the Google Home Mini. Now it does come in chalk white, charcoal black, or coral red color options. So to give you guys a better idea on how small this device is, I've actually placed it next to the Galaxy S9. So yeah, it's a pretty nice compact device, which is great, but no matter which color option you buy it in, it comes with a white wire. Now this isn't a big deal, but it should have came with a black wire with every color option, because if you're trying to conceal it somewhere, say a bookshelf, it's easier to hide a black wire than it is a white one. Now Google doesn't exactly have the best track record when it comes to the appearance of their Google Home devices. I'm not sure who's approving them in their appearance, but they are not great looking. The original one I mentioned looks like an air freshener, whereas this one looks like a button off a jacket. It looks kind of bizarre. So there are some physical touch commands. So for example, tapping the left side decreases volume, tapping the right side increases volume. But if you want to also increase the volume with your voice, you can state those commands as well. Now on the original Google Home, if you wanted to mute the mic, you just tell Google to do so and you press a button to easily unmute it. This one you have to slide it off. Now the problem with trying to do that is if it's hard to see because it is at the back of the device, you can accidentally increase or decrease the volume controls. It makes it very difficult to turn the mic on and off. I'm not sure why the placement is so poor. So there are some caveats to Google Home Mini, and the first one you're going to be thinking I'm really nitpicky, but hear me out. The lowest volume is too loud. Now, this is a problem because I have a 3-month-old son, so when we have to bring him upstairs to go to sleep, because he sleeps in a bassinet, we control our lamps on our bedroom set with, well, the Amazon Echo Dot and Google Home Mini. Now, the problem is that with a Google Home Mini, when I tell it to turn off the lights or turn them on, it responds back too loud, even on the lowest volume. Whereas the Amazon Echo Dot has the perfect amount of lowest volume feedback. So let's take a listen. Turn on the bedroom lamps.
Okay.
Turn on the bedroom lamps.
Sure. It looks like you'll need to do a quick software upgrade first. Go to Home Control in your Google Home or Assistant app.
Stop.
And relink.
So on the lowest volume, Google Home Mini is significantly louder than Amazon Echo Dot, but then it goes on this rant that I need to update the software of the Google Home Mini by reconnecting to my Google Home app, and it just goes on this tangent, and it should do that automatic. It doesn't have that problem with the Amazon Echo Dot ever. It is quite rare, but it defeats the entire purpose of having a home assistant to automate things for you and have to manually re-sync it to force an update. While the lowest volume issue might be very unique to people like me, I'm sure Google fixed that with the software update. I have to admit that its max volume capability is incredibly loud despite how small it is. So let's take a sample listen from about 5 feet away. Sing a song.
Here it is, my big moment, a chance to sing, and I'll own it.
It is just a tad bit muffled at max volume performance, but considering how small it is, you can't really complain. So one of the cool things Google did in a few recent updates is allow for multi-room audio casting. So if you have multiple Google Home products, including this one, you can broadcast audio like music, for example, to all those multiple devices. You get more sound out of it. They also most recently added the ability to connect any Bluetooth speaker to this device. So if you have another Bluetooth speaker somewhere available, you can connect the audio to that speaker, get more oomph out of your sound by simply using your voice command control. So there was an issue where Google Home products and Google Chromecast products were crashing people's Wi-Fi routers. It didn't matter almost which brand name router you had. It could be TP-Link, Asus, Linksys, for example. It didn't matter. What was happening is that these products were sending too much packets of data to your router, and then it would overload the router and make it crash. So people would actually think their internet or router is broken, when it turns out in Google forum posts, it was discovered that it was Google Home and Chromecast products causing the routers to crash. Now here's the problem. It took Google staff a month to discover and send out a patch update to fix these problems, which it has. See, unless you're a tech head like me and you read tech news often, you wouldn't know about this issue and you buy a new router from the store thinking that will fix the problem. And what's really inexcusable by Google is that in order to use a lot of the Chromecast and Home features, you need the Google Home app installed. What Google should have done is send a notification to each user through that app saying, hey, we know our products are crashing your router. Don't buy a new one. We're working on a fix and it'll be out in about a week or two, but they didn't. I would personally argue that out of all the home AI assistants, Google Assistant is easily the best. So let's go through some examples. Tell me about my day.
Good afternoon, Sook. It is 12:51 p.m. Currently in Brampton, it's 8 degrees and sunny. Today, it'll be partly cloudy, with a forecasted high of 8 and a low of -8.
Where is the nearest A&W restaurant?
The address for A&W Canada is A&W Canada, 10625 Mississauga Road, Brampton, Ontario.
One of the cool things introduced a few months ago is the ability to broadcast. So if you have multiple Google Home devices throughout the home, you can broadcast a message. So for example, if I'm changing my son's diaper downstairs and my wife is upstairs and I need help, I don't have to shout up the stairs. I can just simply broadcast it from one Google Home device, including the Mini, to another. To give an example, I'm going to broadcast it from my cell phone to the Google Home Mini. Broadcast, hey, what's going on? And be sure to subscribe. Hey, what's going on? Be sure to subscribe. So I still stand by that the Google Assistant is probably the best on the market available, but there's some weird issues here. And I originally said that the original Google Home product was an incomplete product when it released in that review. And I still stand by it, but of course it's been updated so it works a lot better than before. The Google Home Mini falls in the same pattern. You have issues where it just crashed people's home Wi-Fi router. It has that weird message that it wants you to relink the device to update it, which doesn't make any sense. Software updates should just push automatically and reboot the device if needed. But it's still worth checking out considering its low price tag. That's where its biggest strength is. So, I mean, if you can get past those small problems, which obviously I did, it's still worth checking out, but it does have some bugs that I wish Google had sorted out before shipping it to the masses. It just seems like it was rushed a bit. So I hope you guys found this video useful. If you did, be sure to check out my social links in the video description. Hit that like button, it does help. Subscribe, and thanks for watching.